The ability to string attacks together is probably one of the key distinguishing factors for what makes a high-level jiu-jitsu athlete as good as they are. This video example is one of my personal favorite grapplers, whose name is Gustavo Batista under Andre Galvao. And what I really liked about this private lesson with him, which was followed by the rolling demonstrated in this clip, is that for every specific response that I had from his specialty of passing headquarters, whether it was a half lasso, a full lasso, a cross collar versus a same side collar, he had an extremely clear response in his mind of how he would approach that. And that's how he creates these combinations in passing. Starting to build your game where you start to think about combining your attacks like this will really help you get to the next level. Today's mini masterclass is specifically about combining attacks based on opponent reactions in the context of closed guard. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys enjoy my content, be sure to subscribe.
First attack that's going to build everything just based on the reactions. But we're going to assume right now kind of this is the neutral path, the baseline path. I'm going to break the grip up at a 45, slip it under, pull with the sleeves, but also with the hip flexors. See how this weight is a little bit more off my midline? Great. I'm gonna grab the lat, I'm gonna shift my hips out, and I don't wanna release. So when I pendulum, I use that to sit up, but I keep the grip. See how my leg might get stuck here, especially if a guy's sitting low? So what I do is I bridge, almost like I wanna knock him over. And that's gonna give me the space to rotate, 3-point turn, hook. I'm way too far over, so look, I harpoon, and I pull on the armpit, and I push on the wrist. I create this diagonal position with my chest. I take my seatbelt, elbow to the floor, foot under my butt. So I go first, it's like a ball and chain effect. I fall out first, I pull second. If his knee is tight, I'm gonna cross my ankles, extend from the top and bottom, and then insert my hook. I punch it across, I draw him in, and I capture. And again, we're focusing on when his weight is further across this way. Well, look at what happens when his weight is on top of me, at the midline or close to the midline. But what happens is whether I'm here or I pendulum and I'm here, either of those two options, a very common response, especially by more beginner people, I would say, is that they start to drive their weight into me because they want to pin me on my back, right? Because they know that I'm trying to shimmy up. So they'll keep taking their shoulder and they'll keep driving it towards me. Okay, good. So as he does that, there's a weight shift this way. But I also recognize that he has no basing limb either in the upper quadrant or the lower quadrant. Both posting limbs are gone, and there's a momentum this way and a weight shift this way. Sweep, I should clue in. Okay, so look, we're gonna start here on our back. We shrimp out, and I sense, and that's why my foot being underneath the instep is really important. I sense that he starts to drive into me. Look what I do. I take my leg, I swing it high and across, toes pointing out. I push with my arm, and I roll through. Okay, so you don't have to take the back. You take the back when it's given to you. When he's very rigid, I'll move myself. When he's moving and presenting me with the momentum and I have the posting limbs, I'll move him. General rule for you guys, move yourself, and once you get stuck, move your partner and vice versa. Okay, watch again. I break the grip, I take it across. I'm pursuing the back. I shrimp out, and I'm going to pendulum. Let's start with this. I'm flat on my back, and he senses that I'm climbing to the back. Well, naturally, he's gonna wanna step up on this foot, but he can't do that because I'm trapping it, right? So his next response is to take his shoulder and start to pin my shoulder so I'm flat on my back, okay? So when I feel that momentum, look what I do. I pull on the armpit, I push with this, and I draw a big circle. Look at how long my left foot stays on the ground. I drive through the floor with this foot to help drive my pendulum leg across. Watch again. I punch it across, I stay connected, I feel the momentum. Look what I do. I pull and I sweep. I go right into the mat. Same thing, guys, but now I'm gonna add in the benefit of me having more momentum. So just like we use this leg to pendulum, use the momentum to sit up, makes it a little bit easier. The same goes in the reverse direction. Something swinging down, right, will give me momentum and I can harness it for my own like nefarious purposes. So, and whenever I'm here and I'm kind of higher up on my elbow like this, the threat becomes so much more real. I'm closer to the end goal of taking the back. So, especially with my foot on the ground, sealing in his foot under the instep, he's very limited. So when he starts to drive into me, and some guys might even step up on their other foot, right? And there you go. Yeah, that actually pinned me. That was pretty good. So if I can capitalize on that, it's beautiful. Look what I'm going to do. Go ahead. drive in, I'm gonna do the same sweep. And you can see this time, it's way easier. Why? Because I started from an elevated position, I started my descent, and I transferred the momentum. It's the same as the back take, right? I put my elbow on the ground, my hips shot out, the momentum of my body traveling out, then transferred through the arms, and that's how I knock the person over. Okay, watch again. I bring the arm across all the way, I scoot my butt out, I pendulum, and I sit up. I also, I always like to create a reaction. Okay, so I know I want the guy to drive towards me. The easiest way for me to make that happen is to drive into him, and I know that he'll get like gung-ho to push me back. It's like two alphas and like a herd of animals, right? You challenge the primary alpha, you're gonna get a fight, and that's what I want.
So I'm an alpha.
Not you, but other people. Okay. All right, guys. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.